Daniel Kahneman's book Thinking, Fast and Slow is a seminal work on the psychology of decision-making. Kahneman, a Nobel laureate in economics, argues that our minds are divided into two systems, System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional, while System 2 is slow, deliberate, and logical. Most of the time, we rely on System 1 to make decisions, but this can lead us astray. Kahneman provides a number of examples of how System 1 can lead us to make biased and irrational decisions. System 1 is the automatic and effortless system that we use to make quick judgments and decisions. It is responsible for our gut feelings, intuitions, and heuristics. System 1 is very efficient and allows us to function in the world without having to think too much about everything we do. One of the key features of System 1 is that it is associative. This means that it connects new information with existing information in our brains. For example, when we see a red light, we immediately associate it with the concept of danger. This association allows us to make a quick decision without having to think about it. Another key feature of System 1 is that it is frugal. This means that it uses as little cognitive energy as possible. This is why we can make so many decisions without even realizing it. System 2 is the slow and deliberate system that we use to think about complex problems and make decisions that require careful consideration. It is responsible for our self-control, planning, and reasoning. System 2 is much less efficient than System 1, but it is also more accurate and less prone to biases. One of the key features of System 2 is that it is serial. This means that it can only focus on one thing at a time. This is why we can't multitask effectively. Another key feature of System 2 is that it is lazy. This means that it will often take the path of least resistance and rely on heuristics and stereotypes. This is why we are susceptible to biases such as the anchoring bias and the availability heuristic. How System 1 and System 2 work together. System 1 and System 2 work together to help us make decisions. System 1 is responsible for generating initial hypotheses and solutions, while System 2 is responsible for evaluating and refining these hypotheses and solutions. In most cases, System 1 is able to make quick and accurate decisions. However, when the situation is complex or uncertain, System 2 needs to take over. This is why it is important to slow down and think carefully before making important decisions. Biases and errors. System 1 is more prone to biases and errors than System 2. This is because System 1 is fast and intuitive, and it does not have time to carefully consider all of the information. Some of the most common biases include anchoring bias, the tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive when making a decision, availability heuristic, the tendency to judge the likelihood of an event based on how easily examples of that event come to mind. Confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs and to ignore information that contradicts them. Representativeness heuristic, the tendency to judge the likelihood of an event based on how similar it is to other events that we know of. Improving decision-making. Kahneman argues that we can improve our decision-making by being more aware of the biases and errors that System 1 is prone to. We can also try to slow down our thinking and use System 2 more often when we are making important decisions. Here are some tips for improving your decision-making. Be aware of the biases and errors that System 1 is prone to. Slow down and think carefully before making important decisions. Get multiple perspectives on important issues. Use decision-making tools and frameworks to help you think more clearly. Conclusion: think fast and slow is a fascinating and thought-provoking book that provides a deep understanding of how we think and make decisions. Kahneman's work has had a significant impact on the fields of psychology, economics, and business. His book is an essential read for anyone who wants to improve their decision-making skills. Thanks for watching. Share, like, and subscribe Storytime channel. Happy journey of learning English through Storytime.